Kind of ramble here a little bit before everybody gets on. 2. Wow, oh, that went away. Why'd it go away? My phone, boy, everybody jumping on fast. My phone, I don't know what's wrong with it. I have to go up and down now. So that means Jeff's going to come up here on the top or on the bottom and talk, but I think we can get through it. Why would you want to join me, Rob? Maybe you just hit the wrong button. I'm going to kind of ramble here. A lot of people are going to start getting in here. And I'm going to start rambling like I usually do, and I'll bring Jeff on here in a minute. Yeah, that was what I was afraid of. But I didn't push that button. So, guys, I'm everywhere on social media. I'm going to start working on that website that I have. I haven't done anything with it in probably about 2 or 3 months. Yeah, definitely the problem. And not really knowing my phone that much. That probably has a lot to do with it too. I'm going to start working on that website. There's a lot of stuff I need to start doing to the front of that. And it's just, I'm paying for it. It's just sitting there. So I'm going to have to do something to it. Facebook, guys, as you're on right now, I'm going to share this on YouTube because I'm leaving a lot of the YouTube guys out. And, you know, the one thing about YouTube, if they're on that membership channel, they got to see me hitting my bat today. I kind of did a teaser video and sent it over to them. They get to see all the stuff way long before I put it out to everybody else. Kind of like what I used to do in my reviews. They would see all the reviews before I actually would put it out there. And but Prism is down. I don't know why, and I have to get in there with the fat fingers and try to mess with that. I don't know why it's not letting me go. But then again, on Prism, I can't bring anybody in here on Prism like I'm going to do tonight. Now, if I'm just running solo by myself, I'll go ahead and do Prism. Or I need to stop reading you guys shit is what I need to stop doing. Because I do get sidetracked very early. I'm going to go through my little stuff here. Guys, on Instagram, I'm on X, I'm on Rumble, TikTok. I did about 3 videos on TikTok today. Short clips, no more than 2 minutes. I did a couple of 30-second, 1 minute videos. YouTube, of course, Facebook. I do have a buy, sell, and trade out there on Facebook. It's a group. It's called Buy, Sell, and Trade. If you do not answer the questions, you will get denied. If you answer one of the questions, you got to answer all 3 questions, guys. You just can't go through it. Just start pressing stuff and thinking you're going to get passed. Patty is the one who actually runs at it quite a bit. And I kind of, like today, I denied about 2 or 3 people on it. And that's a pretty good channel. It's a private channel, and we're trying to keep scammers out from you guys getting scammed when you want to sell something. Basically, the one thing I found out, man, how far I was behind the times, because I never collaborated until now with another YouTuber. I never collaborated with any other review channels. Guys, we need more people out there that are doing podcasts. Just, we need more people out there talking. I think it doesn't matter. People need to get up there and talk, give their opinion on anything, give their opinion on bats, health, nutrition, and workouts and stuff like that. I think there's just not one solution for everything. We here at Porch, we talk about a formula and the direction, the movement that we're going in, and you guys got an idea. You know, don't be afraid to bring it up. You know, guys, I've been talking about the formula for 15 years, and don't be afraid to put your ass on the line and get out there and do it, because there's a lot more people will be behind you. There'll be those guys, those trolls that actually get out there, but don't listen to them. We need more. You know, the Porch. What happened to you guys on the Porch? We need more of those podcasters. We got Matt Barnes actually out there and smoking it up. His viewership has actually went through the roof. I watch his podcast every week. But he's another one that spreads knowledge. Go and look at all of them, guys. I invite everybody to go look at all the podcasts, and you don't like it, then don't look at it. You know, go to another one and look at it. Get educated. If it has to do with bats, has to do with the nutrition, health, you know, other alternatives to doing little things. You know, there's this, it's so funny, but there is this challenge going on out there that's 100 push-up challenge, and they got the 100 pull-up challenge. Guys, you know how many push-ups I can do right now? And I'm considering myself in really good shape. I can probably do 15 push-ups. That is it. So when they talk about 100, I look at them and go, nope, I ain't doing no 100 push-ups. My workout routine is different. I work on explosive movements, but my 15 push-ups are with exploding up off the ground and everything's closed-end, and I do a slingshot. It's called a slingshot. It goes across my arms. It pulls my arms in. It protects my shoulders. And I'm still a big guy. I mean, and I do 15 push-ups. I actually added it into my bench routine and my assistant routine, which is actually once a week. So get out there, watch people. How did you get it, Derek? That thing ain't supposed to go up. Oh, Cage hooked you up. He's going to get in trouble for that. I'm going to have a little talk with him. I'm just joking with you. Cage is a good guy. And I heard that people were actually buying it, but we're going to talk about that later. Bat review, guys. A minute ago, I was and I'm trying to focus back to what I was talking about is, you know, these bat review guys, you know, you got Fat Guy BP out there doing a great job. You've got the chef out there doing a great job. Big Ben. You have Jesse with BP Hero, mainly works on U-Trip bats and ASA bats. I don't think anybody does ASA anymore. Mainly U-Trip bats out there. He's pushing that. I think Fat Guy does U-Trip. Marcus does U-Trip. And then you've got Big Ben doing U-Trip and senior bats. Now, here's what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about, I was so far behind the times, guys, whenever I would start doing these bat reviews. And I think Fat Guy, Adam, I don't like calling him that, but Adam was talking on a podcast 2 weeks ago, and he was telling me that I was a dinosaur whenever it came to doing that, because I had the big VHS recorder when I started doing all this, and I was videotaping everything years ago before I started 15 years ago. So, and then I would try to download that and try to get it converted over. Guys, it was a pain in the ass at the beginning. And my little camera that I had, I actually bought it off eBay. I think I bid on it, and then I got it off eBay, and then I got into the iPhones. The iPhones became really good, where you can actually get on an iPhone and it videotapes very well. That's what I use now. I had 2 of them till one of them got dumped in the water, and by accident in Denver, actually, because it had overheated. But my buddy Ben from Big Ben BP does bat reviews. He shows up on Monday morning. Clem, he's a buddy of Clem. Clem actually hit with him too in Houston. And he came in and showed up, and his gear that he showed up with, it made me sick. I was like, holy shit. He had everything. He had it had a big camera. I mean, it had a small camera, but it would look badass, and it was set up, and it had that big fluffy thing on top of it to keep the wind from blowing in the mic. I was looking at him shaking. And then he's got another camera set up to the side where he's doing the video, the exit velocity, because that's what he does with his channel, the exit velocity speed. And I'm shaking my head going, wow, it's just, I was so far behind. whenever I got out of it. I wasn't that high tech as he was. The one thing I will say, he's a great guy. First time I met him, he is a great guy. Guy can hit though, man. He can really hit. A wealth of knowledge, like all these guys are. You know, you got Adam out there with the fat guy. You got Jesse. You got the chef out there. Just talk to these guys. You know, and I said this too. Like what happened to me was something. What happened to me, guys, was a dream come true with me. And I hope I set the stage for a lot of these guys that are doing that bat review stuff, where one day you might get offered a job, a position where you can help with research and development, and then help with talking to people like this. And I hope I set that up for a lot of these guys that stay in it for a long time. And maybe somebody down the road, because of the wealth of knowledge that they have when it comes to bat, because I really don't think a lot of it, you know, you can put the science together and you can put the physics together and you can put all that together, but unless you have bro science, and I've talked about this in the past, when bro science is basically getting the product, seeing you have everything on pen and paper, and going out there and testing it when you test it. Like, I call that bro science. I actually picked that up, guys, from YouTube, from a weightlifting program, weightlifting videos from 20 years ago on YouTube, where YouTube used to be pretty badass about 20 years ago, and then all of a sudden different politically correct people got in there, and you couldn't do the things or talk about the things that you used to, or they'd shut you down. So that's where I learned bro science when it comes to weightlifting. They can tell you how to lift weights, but unless you get out there and experience it and lift the weights, you don't know. Like, I mainly work with not heavy weight. I work with lightweight. I do 40-50% of my max. I do have to get a max, but I do 40-50% of my max, and I work with explosive movements. What is softball? Softball is an explosive movement. So that's when I talk about bro science. It works for me, works for a lot of guys that I talk to about lifting weights. So it kind of helps me out. I'm not in this to get bodybuilding big. You know, I have little boobs, I have little tits, because you don't use your tits when you hit. Got big shoulders, big triceps. I have no bicep. So I don't do any bicep work. So I'm just rambling here, trying to get a lot of people on here. Getting close. A lot of people on here. But guys, I hope I set, like, later on in the future, a lot of these bat review guys, because they don't swing just one bat. So they're getting the feel of a lot of bats out there, like we did with us. So we get a feel of a lot of bats out there. And that way they can actually talk about bats to whoever want to hire them, and like I did, and come along and pick my brain basically on what people desire. The one thing I do have, and I have a few of these guys up here watching tonight, one thing I do have is back in the day I had minions. My minions, and I hope it's not disrespectful when I haven't already talked about you guys, but those guys were my backup. They were here since day one in 2009. And if I had somebody trash me, they would go after them. You know, I called them the minions. They would always go after them and ask them questions, not being mean to them, just ask them questions on, where's your video? You know, where's your stuff? The minions have been with me, and they're still with me right now. And because of them too, because you got to actually have different feedback from everybody. So the minions would give me feedback. And I'm kind of getting ahead of myself when I'm talking into my bat that we're going to talk about later. But I took what a lot of the minions told me in the last 15 years, and I'm going to apply that. You know, not only the knowledge of me swinging every bat out there, but the knowledge that the minions gave me, that what do they want? What would be better for senior softball? I'm not talking about U-Trip. I'm not talking about ASA. I'm talking about what would be better for senior softball. And then we started the movement. The minions and me started the movement years ago. And it's catching on. It's catching on, talking about bat speed. You can't get a high bat speed guy swinging a soft barrel bat. King, a soft barrel bat guy that swings a high speed. So that's the movement. I'll talk a lot about that in the next, probably in Vegas when I start doing podcasts up there, because the bats are all done. We've already talked about the bats, right? So basically from after tonight on out until U-Trip comes up at the end of next month, at the end of this month, we're already in September. When U-Trip comes out and this other bat starts sneaking up because of you guys and what you talked about, the Kevlar, that's going to come up soon, and that's different tech. That's what I love about the Short Porch, the company Short Porch. They're like, I talked to Jeff a while ago, and he's actually watching. I'm bring him on here in a minute, but talking about he's already okay. My bat is built. Just to give you an example, my bat is built. It's sitting right here in front of me, and we're going to talk about it later. My bat's different. It's not like all the other bats out there. I don't think it's the same as any bats actually being produced to this day. I listened to the minions on what they talked about, but I'm already with Jeff talking about what can we do next year bat. You know, how soon can I start working on new technology that he has come up with and start talking about next year's bat that's going to come out for everybody. You know, everybody's bat out there. You know, not just mine, just everybody's bat out there. With Short Porch. You know, when can we start doing that? He goes, right now. Like right now. Rick Beck, he was replying to my bat out there. There is some video up of it, but it's on that membership channel. Guys, go and support these guys that are doing those bat reviews, those podcasts. Go and support. Look at them. Watch them. Ask questions. I kind of wish that a lot of these guys doing bat reviews would get a membership channel. That way they can have that little extra, that guys that really do like what they're talking about or what they're trying to push, you know, other than, you know, just not push their agenda, but just trying bats that they say, hey, this is a really good bat for you, you know. And if you want to support them, have them. I was talking to them about Ben the other day about doing a membership channel, having people that will support you. It actually helps with the bats they have to buy, because they do have to buy those bats. There is another one, before I get out of that, there is a one that just, and you guys have seen them on video too before, and they've been out there for a while hitting, is Short Porch Gulf Coast. They will be going live tonight with some bats. From what I hear, like 30 minutes after I go on, they're actually going to be out there and they're going to be hitting 52 people already. And they're going to be going out there and they'll be hitting live tonight. The one thing, guys, without, and I'm realizing this while I'm on the inside too, because I was on the outside looking in, and it was done to me. And I see why it was done to me when they're talking about, you know, putting a bat that you really believe in, put it out there and say, hey, let me know what you think about it. You know, I've had people do that, right? And basically with my bat, that's what I want to do. I want to give it to people and let them hit it. And hey, just tell me what you think about it. You like it, you like it. If you don't, then that's it, you know. I think Jeff will talk more about my bat tonight than I will. But the movement that I think everybody's catching on to, and what I hear from a lot of people that actually talk to me is the softness of the barrel, a lot for the older guys, a lot for the guys that actually have injuries, right? Because when you have an injury, you can't swing. I've had back injuries. My bat speed has dropped off because of a back injury, so I lean more toward a softer barrel. 15 years ago, you couldn't do that, guys. You couldn't go to a softer barrel bat. If I get my strength back, I would actually move up, go to a medium barrel, you know, or a medium soft barrel. That's what Short Porch is giving everybody out there the option to do that. What would happen in the past is a lot of seniors out there would actually retire because they couldn't swing anymore and they weren't getting any performance even though they were hurt. Guys, a lot of you seniors out there are broke down. You know, you still love the game. You still want to enjoy the game. And I want you to be out there and I want you to be playing, because what happens if you don't, something that you really do love and you quit doing it, I don't give a shit what it is. It could be golf. You know, and if you're hurt playing golf, then you quit playing golf. You know what happens? You go start going downhill. You need to get out there and get your ass off the couch and do exercises. I mean, if we can do that at Short Porch, a lot of you guys to keep you in the game, I'm 100% for that. Jeff, Leslie, all the guys there, 100% for that. That's how come you get that hard, medium, soft barrel. You get that soft barrel. A lot of the old seniors have bad backs or bad shoulders or got a bad wing, a rotator cuff surgery. A lot of guys coming off surgery will swing a soft barrel bat until they actually get recovered, because rotator cuff take, what, a year? You know, with seniors, it's longer. So basically, that's the enjoyment that I get. I don't give a shit about my bat. I want to put it out there because I have the knowledge, but get your ass off the couch. And we're developing things. We're developing bats. We got the wig popper, the new wig popper. That just got put out. Well, actually been put out for a while, but my video went out today. I have a girl that swung that wig popper with a low bat speed. She's 54 years old. And you should have seen the look on her face when she hit a ball 330 feet. Ben was there. He saw it. 330 feet, hit the fence, came back in with that brand new wig popper, right? And the look on her face was like, wow. And it was a men's ball. I mean, that's what I get enjoyment out of. Like, she was almost retired, guys. Zena Rossi, she was almost retired. My wife was almost retired. Well, she was retired. And then finally, when we start talking about, when Jeff, you remember this, when you came down and you started talking to us whenever you came down, when we made that big announcement, you started talking about softer barrel bats. And I think that's what lit a fire under Tammy's butt about getting out there and playing again, because she doesn't have to swing as hard as she did, you know, because she played softball all over her life. So she has injuries that she's dealing with. And she's out there hitting with us. And then Zena Rossi, who was playing like media ball, church ball. And then I gave her the phone call, and she just retired. And she goes, I will be there. And she's enjoying it. She's hits all the time now. And it's just exercise for a lot of those people out there. But that's what I enjoy. I enjoy doing that. And what Short Porch is bringing to the table is that softer barrel, medium barrel, soft medium barrels, hard barrel. Not really hard barrel, because I don't think they put out a hard barrel yet that I have swung in the past. Another thing too, guys, we're not going to get on here and we're not going to trash people. We're not going to talk. And I actually did a video this morning where I was talking about something. I got into that other company when I was talking about R-Bat. I was talking about another company that it's not like that, you know, and R-Bat actually handle flex all the way around when you turn the other. What I was talking about was Short Porch's handle flex is spot on when you turn it in your hands and you turn it around, because one thing we have noticed in the past, see, I'm already going there, and I don't want to do that, talking about other manufacturers, because we're going to do us. We're going to let them do them. But Short Porch does have that bat that you can turn in your hands, and you get the same flex every time you turn it. And I actually went further and saying something else, and I'm like, okay, I can't do that because, and I didn't call out a company. I just said a company, other companies. And I didn't want to do that because I don't think it's right. We're out here to do us and let the chips fall where they may. That's like my bat. Let the chips, there's something that I came up with ideas about, and I put it out there and let the chips fall where they may. My son, Kyle's on here. And I hope I talked about everything right there. Short Porch, Gulf Coast will be on podcast tonight. And I think they're going to swing in a few of the Short Porch's bats. They're on the East Florida area. And then I'm trying to look at everybody on here, man. Where are you at, Jeff? I can hear somebody outside now. There he is. I sent him an invite, see if he'll come on. I think I've talked way over on that one. And there's a lot of good, like, you know, I don't know if he's, there's a lot of good bat companies out there. I mean, here's the deal. I just wanted to, what I wanted to do with a bat, with my bat, and we'll talk about it later. And I'm trying to talk about it now. We're waiting on him to come in. But what I wanted to do, I didn't want to be that number one. I'm going to build a number one bat. My bat's better than any bat out there. I didn't want to do that. That shit's been talking to me for 15 years. I want to build a good bat. Yeah. I want to build a bat that actually matches my bat speed and helps me out, which actually helps a lot of the other AA, AAA guys out there, major guys out there. That's going to help their bat speed too. You know, it's not one bat fits all. I talked to Jeff about this earlier too. There's so many great bats out there. It says it was sent, Jeff. Remember, you got to turn your phone this way, not this way. Not this way. You got to turn it that way. because that's how I'm talking tonight, because I couldn't get it to turn sideways for me. But yeah, there's so many great bat companies out there. You know, there is so much technology. Guys, I was doing this 15 years ago, and there was not that much on that out there. That was you talk about technology and just different things that people can do. We should have tested this earlier, Jeff, because I already sent you the invite. What is this one right here? It already said that I added you on here. No, Pete, I'm not going to approve you. I don't even know who you are. And that's all I need. Oh. That might be different. It says adding. We will see. It didn't say adding before. Oh my God. You know something? I was
Yo,
thinking,
man.
hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. I can.
Okay, you're just like last week. What I got last week with you was whenever you would talk, I couldn't hear you. Like when you would talk, I couldn't hear you. You got your volume already turned up, all the way turned up? Can you hear me? Jeff, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got it turned up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. As long as everybody else can hear you, I'm fine. Because same thing as last week, I couldn't hear you that well. But you didn't come on. You trying to get closer? So you froze up right there too. I'll talk until you get situated. There you go. But I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
actually, you weren't coming on. I was going like, don't let me run this all the way by myself all the way tonight. Talk about all these new bats coming up to Vegas. I was going, just please, because my phone is like this way now for the first time, and it's not that way. I tried using it last week and doing Facebook Live, and the same thing happened to it. It was actually up here like this. See it now, it kicked you off. And I know what you did. You probably grabbed something. I'm done with that. I'm going to kind of go off here until you get back on. It almost looked like it was kind of stuttering there. I don't think a lot of, and I'll be talking until you come on again. It actually doesn't pull you up. You might have to get off and then get back on again, Jeff. But one thing that I do see with a lot of seniors out there is not breaking your bat in properly. Um, that's the biggest mistake that I see with seniors, women especially, is not getting your bat broke in properly to the compression levels that it should be. I just so happen to have a compression tester. So I can test. Murray was talking the other day about a bat, and you can see us on video, which I don't put a lot of those bat behind the scenes videos out there. And I know what Murray's numbers are that he needs to get to. That bat is game ready, right? So, and then Murray will go out there, and I put him in with a bat, which is the um, Brandon Murray. This is it right here. So Murray's going to be swinging this bat, but he wants a 25.5 because that's his numbers. He wants to get in those high 16 numbers. So Murray's bat came in today, as a matter of fact. Thank you, Jeff Kessler. That's his bat. That's Murray's bat. And then you have weight distribution number 16.8. That's what Murray loves, 16.8. So he'll swing this bat, and it compression test pretty high, but he'll swing this bat, and then it says I can't send you, Jeff. It doesn't have that invite thing. That's how come I'm saying you might have to get out and get back in again. So that's what I'm talking about with weight distribution and flex of the barrel, because what with Murray is I already know what those numbers are and I know what he needs. But breaking the bat in, if you take a bat to Vegas and he's like, we're going to probably hit this week sometime, and he goes to Vegas next week, but he wants that bat to be broken by the time he goes to Vegas. And that's with a lot of people in it. If you go to Vegas with a non-broken bat, you're at a disadvantage already when you step out on the field. It's not going to be as forgiving because you want that barrel to flex. Doesn't matter if it's a high bat speed, medium bat speed, low bat speed, you still want it to be there where it's going to flex for you. If you walk into, especially hitting them balls, if you walk into Vegas with a bat that's brand new, or pick one up and get out there and start swinging, it's brand new, you're already at a disadvantage. Got to hit some BP. If you pick one up in Vegas, I would recommend you hit a lot of BP. Give it to your friends, have them do light BP with it, and then get it game ready for you. Just so happen if your bat would break if you're going to Vegas. So that's a disadvantage. A lot of you women are the worst. Girls, you got to get that bat well broke in before you actually swing that bat in the game. That's how come short porch is leaning more toward a softer barrel, because a lot of the ladies, a lot of the guys would have that medium fast, that fast bat speed. It's not going to take them long to get that bat game ready, right? So who is at a disadvantage is those guys with that lower bat speed, the seniors, and the 65, the 60-year-old guys, the 60, 70, 75, 80-year-old guys that are actually out there, or that are going to play. They're at a disadvantage. The ladies, all of the ladies, well, not all of them. There's some out there that don't need it, but most of the ladies out there, the majority of the ladies out there, it still says it sent you a request already. So you're at a disadvantage if you're not walking into a big tournament with a bat that's completely broken, and it's in your numbers that you want to have them. Mine's 180. I can do 200 on a compression. I could do 195. I could do 180. 175. I'm smoking it at 175. Yes, Frank. But if my numbers get 160, 155, and if I'm at a tournament, I'll slap the ball more because I can feel that ball compressing, and I'll still get great performance out of it whenever I'm slapping it. I'm going to still be looking. Uh-oh, that's different right there. Now let's see. I got your invite, and it says adding. Did you fix? Hey, here's the deal, man. I've got a lot of boosters here. I'm gonna bring a booster to Vegas with us. We can put it in that house. That way we can start boosting all of our Wi-Fi. So
yeah, what was happening is I think it was open twice on my phone and the sound wasn't lining up. So you were like delayed by 10 seconds. So I like joined twice by accident. So it was actually open twice on like 2 caches.
I was
So I had to
wondering what
get
was
off.
going on,
Yeah.
because I would talk and then you would looking at me like, and then you would reply, and I'm like, okay, there's something going on.
Yeah, it was I had it open twice is what it was. It was going on my phone twice. So my bad, but anyway, we got on.
No, that's good. That's great. Actually, the volume thing, it's something that it's probably going to work on my side, because this is the second time. Last week it was the same, where me hearing you, you're low.
Yeah,
But
I can
everybody
hear you
else can hear
fine.
you.
Everything sounds good on my end.
Yeah, and everybody else can hear you. If they couldn't hear you, they'd be yelling it. They would be yelling it
Yeah,
out.
yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about Vegas. You're leaving in the morning to go to Vegas.
Yes. So we're gonna pull out probably 3:30, 4 o'clock. So Eastern time. So not too many hours between now and when me and Christian pull out. So
And that's a 30-something hour.
36, 38 hour ride. We'll truck it to Oklahoma City. We'll spend the night in Oklahoma City, and then we'll ride to Vegas from there.
Sweet. That's awesome. And then we're going to be at all the managers meeting, right?
So we'll be at all the managers meetings, talking to everybody. And I know you plan on doing a little Facebook Live at the managers meeting, right?
All of them, everyone that we have. And I don't know if you saw that or not, but I don't think we need to leave these people out as much, because I think they're having the women's managers meeting at the same place, but at a different location inside the hotel. like Boulder Station,
Yeah.
and they're not having the managers meeting at the board head or something like
At
that.
Boulder Station where they had it last year.
Yeah, Boulder Station, and then the managers meeting changes for the ladies, and then for co-ed on those last few days
Hmm.
that we're there. So we'll find out where they're at if they want to come over and talk to us or whatever, or set something up there and have them where they can actually talk to us too. I
Yeah,
was
for
seeing
sure.
that the other day and didn't know if that was a conflict, but it's on the week 3, so we'll talk about that when we get up there too. Um, but yeah, demo days to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, so the 11th at Wrigley Field at Big League Dreams, from 10 to 2 o'clock. And we'll all be out there with all the bats and, letting people swing them and trying to put people in the best short porch bat for them if they choose to come out.
Definitely. And another thing I was asked, actually Murray has mine, bat speed tester. I'll bring that. We're gonna have a weight. We're gonna have scales up there.
Hmm.
What else are we taking? We're gonna have a
I
compression
haven't
tester.
come. I put a compression tester in there. We'll have the scales, all the stuff we use on a daily basis. I'll just have the smaller scales that we could bring, and I'll have the pocket radar that talks set up out there at the tent. So guys can come over and hit and compare their exit velo if they want to compare it to their current bat. They're welcome to, and we can try to put them in a bat that will optimize their swing for sure.
Definitely. Um, do you know? These are questions been asked me in the last couple of weeks. Well, the last week since we've been on before. We're gonna be at Big League Dreams the whole time, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I will
we will
be.
be, and then
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, short porch
Todd
will
and
be at
Sarah
Big
will
League
be.
Dreams. Yeah, the whole time. And Todd and Sarah will be mobile. We haven't sat down and mapped out those exact fields. They will be mobile, running around to the other fields, and we will be stationed at Big League Dreams the entire month of the tournament.
Sweet. That's what a lot of people are asking me. If you're not, where are you going to be at other than Big League Dreams? And that's something we're going to have to let them know. Well, I told them we'll have to let you know when we get there because there was no decision made on where they were going to be in the other tent. So
Yeah, and
we're going
we'll be posting it. So if people follow us on our Facebook page, we'll be posting where Todd and Sarah will be. We're going to make some of them decisions in the next couple of days. It will be most likely no major plus fields. Will be AAA, major, and whatever little AA they have for those events. So it'll be just between and most likely what they'll do is go to the AAA field like on, say, a Thursday and the major field on Friday. So they
sweet.
can hit everybody. They won't go back to the same field twice.
Yeah, because usually you already hit them already and they're going to be at that field. So
That's
if
right.
they have any interest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if
If
you
they have any
come
interest,
over
they'll
to
come
Big
in
League
and hit.
Dreams, if you're not playing at Big League Dreams and you come over to Big League Dreams and you let Leslie or somebody know at the tent, because last year they were charging to get in. She'll I think she was handing out batting gloves or something like that for the people that paid to get in, or because they were charging to get into Big League Dreams. So if you come over there to buy something from the tent, you let us know. So.
Sweet. That's awesome that you did that because that was one of the things like I have to pay to get in there. So now that you said that, a lot of people, will think
Yeah,
when they
you'll
come
make
over.
out if you come over there just to purchase from us and you let us know, you'll make out to the good for sure.
The the one thing, and I'll run this by you too, and I was thinking I'll actually put it out there. I was running by this the other day too, is after the managers meeting, there is some good restaurants that we can sit down and eat in that it was at Boulder Station
Yeah, there were
that are
some
pretty
good
good. I think
places in there.
we did that last year when we were there. Went over to a restaurant and ate there. I think that's to staying in there and talking to those people because this too is when you're at those managers meeting, they kind of run you out of there, and they don't. That's it. We're done with you. 30 minutes
Oh, they're
into it.
quick. They're like 30 minutes, which it kind of turns into an hour, but when it gets close to an hour, they're ready to get you out. Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of kick
Yeah.
you out there. And then what I would do is just go out and talk to people, in the runways going where the casino's at, and then we'd go eat, and people would be over there coming over and talking to me.
which doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I love doing that stuff. So if you guys are out there and think you're gonna but if I'm eating, I'm gonna get pissed. I'm not. I never do. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just awesome that actually that we can make an impact on people like that. Golden steer, but somebody put in there golden steer. I just know
That
there's a pretty good steak place there that we eat at every year too. So, um, but yeah, anything else? I mean, man, we'll be there for 3 weeks.
yeah,
So
so I think, I leave tomorrow and we're there till the 29th. So yeah, we'll be there the whole tournament, and just talking to people. But everybody just come by, stop by, say hey, and whether you need something or not, we'd be glad to see everybody, and just talk softball for the month. That's why we're there, and obviously we're gonna have just a slew of short porch people. Christian's gonna be there. Obviously with us, and Leslie, but also Richard Clem, your guys, Trey Roberts, Brandon Murray's going to be in the house some of the tournament, David Ireland, Ron Yeager, all these people. I know Alan's coming from Gulf Coast for a little while, going to be visiting the 40s tournaments, talking to some guys out there. Matt Barnes will be wandering around, talking about softball. And I promise you, if you catch him and ask him a short porch question, he can probably answer it.
well,
So just a slew of people.
Murray Williams will be
Yeah.
around the tent too. Just whenever he has a break, I think he plays 3 different tournaments there, but I don't think he's only playing 2 this time, because he does 55, 60s, and 65s. No, he does 60, 65s, and 70s, something like that. I think he might have been playing 55s about 3 months ago too. But Charlie Mueller would be here. Stacy Carr, I just seen her a minute ago. She'll be walking around mainly on that women's side. I was thinking about going over there during the time because I'd like to see Patty and Patty Albright, good friends with her, and then kind of hang out there, talk to the ladies a little bit, because I think a lot of people just don't talk to them as much like they should have that, because they play senior ball too. And we talked about this the other day where, we're going toward that, where you're building bats, we're building bats for ladies too, that actually is at an advantage for them, instead of them getting the heavier bats, or the bats with that harder barrel bats.
Yeah, obviously we're just trying to touch, as many softball players as we can, no matter how hard they swing, or how tall they are, or whatever. We're just trying to fit everybody. I had some guys in here today, I know them, Paco, Adrian, and David. They knew you pretty well, and they were in here hitting. And, I talk about it all the time about, getting fitted for golf clubs, and which everybody does. Any really good golfer goes in and gets fitted for golf clubs. And we'd like to see the same type of things happen with softball bats. Because if you're going to play all year and play a ton of games, and invest your time and money to play, you need to have the best equipment that you can for you, no matter what bat that might be. So, that's the direction we're going in, and we think it correlates with everybody.
100% agree with that. Like I was talking to everybody earlier before you came on about breaking your bat in. I think a lot of people, and I saw this before too, is a lot of people will actually go to the bat with a bat not well broke in, and they're at a disadvantage, with another guy that has his bat broke in. So I was like, even the ladies, how many ladies that I know that has not out their bat broke in, or they'll let their significant other, their spouse or their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever swing it, and then they don't have it broken, or it's not ready yet. I think that has a lot to do. We talked about knowing what your compression numbers are, knowing what you need. Right. All of my guys knows exactly what their compression numbers are, and that makes them successful when they go out and play tournaments. And that's the movement that we talked about, the movement, and we want to get everybody on board about everybody needs to know that number in their head. That way they're not going to the tournament as a disadvantage. That's like you just said about a golfer, so yeah.
Yeah, and we realize the tools aren't always available, and we want to make those tools available to everyone. It's not really possible, But the more people we can get around that we can help, we can find what their compression number is. We can find out what their bat speed and exit velo is, and help them out. And we know, not everybody. These compression testers are super expensive. I know a lot of people don't have them. So, as many people as we can get around and help, that'll really go a long way.
What I want to tell everybody out there too is I will be doing on you guys that aren't going to make it, that aren't going to be in Vegas, because I know there's a few teams out there telling me, hey, I won't make it in Vegas. Uh, we'll be doing Facebook Live, probably more than the average, couple of 3 times a day. Especially when somebody comes by the tent, I want to get them on and just basically pick their brain and talk to them. Our players, maybe get them in there too, where I'm going to talk to them doing Facebook Live, doing a managers meeting with Facebook Live, and just having the camera hooked up with a battery. That way, it won't go out. And a lot of people sitting at home that, either with an injury or just can't make it to Vegas, they can actually enjoy just watching everything that's going on there. I might Facebook Live a few games there. I'm going to try to do that too. But basically, keeping everybody involved. And guys, the bats that we're going to talk about here in a minute, if they're not going to pick them up there, they can pick them up on the website. The website, Short Porch website, right?
Yeah, so Cage and Erica, and we'll have a few more people wandering around here, obviously helping them. They'll be shipping every day. They'll be available. Bats will go out on time, just like always. If you order from us by 3 o'clock, they ship. They ship same day if you order by 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I think anybody who's ordered from us will tell you that.
Yeah.
We ship UPS, ground, free shipping on bats. And you'll get your bat if you order it Monday through Friday. And sometimes maybe they'll jet out a little early on Friday if I let them. But other than that, if you order by 3 o'clock, it's going to go out same day. And I will go on to say that we've been having record-breaking shipping days from last Friday to the 2 days we've shipped this week. So we're extremely busy and talking to everybody we can. I think there are probably a lot of people out there who's been reaching out that hadn't got one of us, me or you. But when we're getting influx of thousands of messages, it's getting hard to get back with everybody. We're doing the best we can. But if you go on the best way to order bats, go on the website. Sending Facebook messages or texts or things like that, it might not get to it. We might not get to it. If you go on the website and order, or if you call our number here and order a bat, it will go out. But I know a lot of people have resorted to sending messages. Probably not the best way to try to order a bat. I will say that.
Definitely, because guys that actually talk to me, I'd say just go to the website and pick it up
Yeah,
off the
cool.
website. And that way they're trying to go through me to get in contact with you, or they're trying to get bats through me. And I'm trying to tell them, hey, I can't get bats. I don't have a credit card that they can run a credit card through me. And that's not what, you guys need to talk to. They have some people that are actually going to take care of you. Just get on the website and order them that way. And there's other people out there that have bats too, that short porch bats too, that they can actually go to if they're in that same area too.
That's right. Todd at Phantom Sports always carries a variety of bats, as Headbangers has a variety of bats, as Smash It Sports. You can pick one up on the website. We just, for whatever reason, we've been getting a lot of people try to text one of us here to get bats ordered. And when you're shipping as many bats and getting as much information come through our phones, things get overlooked. That's not the best way to order a bat. Call the office or go on the website. Don't text somebody at Short Porch, and you might not get your bat ordered that way. So.
The questions that I've gotten in the last couple of weeks, man, I'm sitting there looking at them like, about the taxes. Are the bats going to be the same in Vegas as they are in Georgia? And do I have to pay the taxes in Vegas that I wouldn't have to pay in Georgia? So I'm like, okay, hold on. That's above my pay grade. So get a hold of Short Porch and ask them
No,
that question.
in Vegas, What I will say is it's cash and carry in Vegas. That's what I will say. So if you're coming to Vegas and want to pick up a bat, you might want to do so. So that's a CFO question. Even I'm not the CFO, but I'll tell you. Yeah, pick it up from the tent if you're there. That's what I'll tell you. So,
So that's a Leslie question.
yeah, I don't do the CFO job.
Yeah,
I
I
take.
wouldn't even. Yeah, that's not me. That's
That's
not me.
not
I
me
just give
either.
you
I
no
do what I'm
reason. You
told on that.
contact her.
Yeah. But I promise you, she's taking care of all the people in Vegas. She did last year. Yeah, it would be a smart move to come by the tent, pick up bat and take it home with you. And I know some people, they were buying so many bats last year, they were actually they were taking them and shipping them back themselves. But if you come by the tent, we might can make a you might can purchase it there. If you're in Maui or Hawaii or something, if we can get it, if we have time and can get it shipped right then from our warehouse to you, we'll do that.
Yeah,
So, because I know if you're on a plane, you can't take so many bats back to, certain places.
sweet. Let's talk about bats in Vegas. Let's go from the way we'll do this is go from the bats that we will have in Vegas to actually selling the bats we'll have on a website. We were talking the other day about a lot of the older model bats, not really you can't say older model because 2 months ago bats that actually you
Yeah,
have, and then work up to what the new releases are
yeah.
that are actually going to be there too.
So, this goes back to the 8 bats that we're taking to Vegas. This was planned. This was talked about almost day one from when I was in San Antonio with you. When what bats we were going to bring and the 8 bats we wanted to have in Vegas, which was 8 very strong models. We will have the bluegrass, which I know about that's a bat you guys were really high on when it come out in the spring, correct?
I
And
love
we'll
that bat.
have it there. The 1275 one piece, which is a model that's real popular. We'll have our number one selling bat, the baby blue balanced wig popper. Um, can't show that one yet. So, we'll have the Vegas Bomb, the Vegas Worlds 2024 Roberto Manaya, which I will say last year we took a pile of those Sin City with the Vegas World bat last year. We sold out fairly quick. I know the first day or the first week, whatever whoever was there that first week, we sold a pile of them, and we sold out on the second week. So everybody come over and grab one of them. They'll go real quick. So don't wait around. Of course, the girls the girls senior bat, the cherry bomb.
Definitely.
We'll have those there, and we actually we we fitted some whole teams for bats for seniors girls last year. We don't have a lot of customers on our website, and it's mostly males. So we actually do better at the parks with the females. So I think them coming over and seeing the bat, put it in their hand, that's a bat that will actually do better out at the fields than maybe even online. We just don't have a lot of female customers. We're trying to change that though, right? That's what we're doing. So
Definitely trying to change that. One thing I will say about that cherry bomb, that's a badass bat. Your
oh yeah.
compression levels are going to get down there really fast. Like I was talking to the ladies a minute ago about breaking their bats in. That one will get there fast and it won't take much. And it still has that. It still keeps that compression, that low compression. And the girls, Tammy and Zena, love that bat. I love that bat because I actually think I can take a little bit off of it, and I still get the sharp line drives with it, and it's still the weight distribution numbers in that bat are awesome too. That's one thing I like. You're not babying it because there's a lot of girls out there that swing that high 16s, and that 8-8 on the hands that you don't have to go that light with that bat, and you didn't go that light with that bat, which actually increased the performance and the weight distribution numbers and help that barrel help with the ladies out there. And you guys out there that actually have an injury, that would be a great bat to you pick up. and actually grab it, because it's going to compress for you. You're not going to you're not going to implode it because of the injury. And I even say this, a lot of the old seniors out there, a lot of the older guys out there that with that 50 mile an hour, 55, 60 mile an hour bat speed would love that bat too.
We've already been getting videos of guys grabbing that bat and just hitting it off the planet. You know, I think Allen hit one. I hate to even guess how far it went the other night on the Gulf Coast
Video.
live, and we've got a lot of videos of guys grabbing that bat and just taking the wrapper off and hitting these moon shots, and you know, not really what it was designed for, but obviously it's a hot bat out the wrapper. So,
That was
and
a nice
so you will
bat we
get.
liked. I will tell you that bat, the Vegas bomb,
Yeah.
Roberto Manaya, we love that bat. That bat, I'm telling you, man, that bat performed for us. I mean, I put the video out yesterday on it, I think, and that video had a lot of views on that video. I mean, you know, already.
You know,
We
and
got,
here's the thing, you know, you got that bat, it's, you know, sitting, you know, between 230, 240 in the wrapper, and it performs right out the wrapper.
yeah.
So, you know, you know, how does that bat look after 100 swings? We know how it looks. How does it look after 200 swings? This bat just keeps getting better and better. And everybody who's hit it has been super high on that bat, I'll tell you. We hear it every day. We hear about how good the Manaya Vegas Bomb bat is. So we will look for that one to take off over the next few weeks. And, you know, definitely be a one that probably in 3 weeks, you might not even be able to find one in 3 weeks,
I
is
don't
what I
think
can tell you.
I don't think any of these new bats, any of the bats you take up there, you're not gonna be able to find it in another month. I mean,
Yeah.
by the time we leave Vegas, I'm just gonna bet you there's gonna be few and
Yeah,
far
yeah.
between.
You won't be able to find, people be calling every day, man, you got a Vegas bomb or a cherry bomb. Yeah, you won't be able to find them by the time we leave Vegas. We have cherry bombs back in production. We have bulk production in a whole nother bat we're not going to talk about right now, and to come out later this fall. And but yeah, they're really good bats, and I imagine as fast as they're going right now, we don't look at you know, the month slowing down with us going to Vegas. I had a couple more over here. So we got Ron Yeager, man. I got Ron Yeager's Yeager bomb bat, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, you know, it's a balanced two piece. Man, a lot of people like that bat. I couldn't believe how popular last year when we did a lot of the balance bat. It was like everybody was looking for 25 ounce. This year, everybody's looking for balance bats in 27 ounce. I don't even know what that's about. Both the balance bat at 27 ounces outselling the 25, which I still find that strange. You can explain that one to me, maybe. I don't know.
I just
So,
think you know what I think it is, and I said this back in the day when I would do reviews, is the way you load your balance bats. It's no longer going lighter. It's no longer trying to get that weight, because a lot of people back in the day would have to get any performance on a balance bat, they would have to go way up in the end weight and the 29, 28 ounce bats. But the
yeah,
way that your weight distribution now is, you're not, you know, like I talked about, you're not loading that hands up to the 11.5s. You're loading those hands lighter. So if you go to a 27, you know, a 28, you're going to get great performance on it because of the weight distribution numbers, but it's going to have that balanced feel. Both those bats, like you're talking about the Wig Popper and you're talking about the Jaeger, great performance on both those bats. And this is from past experience. And Short Porch has been leaning in that direction for over a year now, where you're building your bats. And I've said this on videos in the past. The way you're building your bats is revolutionary, because the way that the older guys used to build bats, the older companies out there used to build bats, was the norm. You actually broke that and you started building better bats, balanced bats, with that weight distribution numbers a little tweaked, and you got great performance out of it, because it didn't like a lot of people back in the day used to think that a balanced bat sucked. A balanced bat didn't get no distance. But the way your barrels are, and the way your hand flex are, and the way your weight distribution numbers are, and when balanced guys are swinging it, going, wow, this feels like a balanced bat, but it's performing like an inload. That's the best way that I can explain it. It's way your weight distribution mixed with your handle flex, mixed with your barrel, how good your barrels are. So I think that's what the deal is. And I mean, I didn't put the numbers
Well,
together,
you
but
know,
that's what I see.
I've been telling people all year with the, with the rage of the baby blue wig popper that's just been insane sales. Even last weekend, the baby blue wig popper with all these new bats, it was our #2 selling bat last weekend with all this new launch. So, and we've been saying in here, I've been saying we're the guys who've been making balance bats cool again, and our strawberry milkshake USSSA bat is kind of all the rage right now. And it is the way we build our balance bats. They are very high performing. And I won't speak to everybody else's balance bats, but what people say is ours are, they're definitely top tier when it comes to balance bats,
Well,
So
you broke the mold basically. And I said this last
yeah,
year about that. I mean, you broke the mold. And a lot
yeah,
of people with that balance feel are staying with it,
yeah.
your balance
Yeah,
bats.
yeah, and I think we're bringing some inload guys who maybe need to switch, who didn't know they need to switch. We're bringing some inload guys over to the some of the balance bats the way we weigh them, right? So,
Yes, because it's different
heck, I'm
than
one of
what
them
everybody
guys.
else weighs them.
Yeah, I'm one of them guys. Always swung an inload. I'm swinging the balance one right now. So and I felt like it helped my batting average this year. I think it's helping some other guys too. So, yeah, I mean that's definitely a good one. The one that's all the rage right now. Jesus. Um, the warehouse is hating this bat right now because they're sick of packing them up. They they have packed up these bats about 16 hours a day for 2 days because we were behind for Labor Day.
Yeah.
So this is the game ready metallic wig popper, and I mean anybody who follows us, it don't need no introduction, right?
I'll tell you what, and I did a video on this today, and the question that I get with this bat, and I'm going to try to explain it because I did explain it on the video, but a lot of people are watching, and I can actually talk to them
Yeah.
right now. But what I can tell the guys, the questions that I got with them, is it as good as the OG? Now, I've swung the OG. It was my gamer. You remember 2 years ago, it was my
Oh yeah.
gamer. And then I swung it in Denver whenever we had a tournament up there about a month ago. I think this is more forgiving. Now, I'm going to tell you what the reason I think it's more forgiving, because how big the sweet spot is, for one, and how soft the barrel is. So when you have a softer barrel, you tend to be a little bit more forgiving. I think you can get in trouble with this bat, and I've said this about the OG wig popper. I do think it's a touch better than the OG wig popper.
It
I love the
definitely
OG wig popper. But this bat, the weight distribution numbers are pretty spot on of being the same as the OG. There might be a little bit of a tweak somewhere, but not noticeable, because I can walk from that OG into this one. I'm gonna get a softer barrel, and I'm gonna get that extra gear, and the ball stays in there. One thing we do, and my guys will actually chime on here and say something about it, was we got it where the ball stayed in the air a long time. And the way we gauge bats back in the day was that's where we got our top 10, is did it stay in the air? Did it actually have that Magnus effect where it actually rose? This bat did everything. And I talked about this bat in this morning's video, was Zena Rossi, hit that 330-foot bomb with a men's ball,
I've seen it.
at that park that we hit at, and she was like, wow. And that's what I'm talking about. Your weight distribution numbers when it comes to the ladies don't have to change, because they can handle this, 16, 8, 17 on the end with that 8, 8 on the hands, 8, 8, 5 to 8, 8 on the hands, and they can handle that. This is the best, I think. I said this in the video this morning. I think this is the best wig popper you've actually produced to date.
I was telling the guys that were in here today, and make no mistake, we do tons of R&D, and we upgrade as often and quickly as possible. Everybody knows that, and I think if you ask anybody who's hit that bat, you call another bat review guy, they will tell you it's not the same bat. They will tell you it's a better bat. That's all we've heard from everyone. It is an upgrade. I mean, the goal isn't to go backwards, I guess, you know, so
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
yeah,
know
you
why
want to
anybody
improve.
would think we would go backwards.
You
So,
don't want to
um,
reinvent the wheel, and
yeah.
that you're not doing that here. I mean,
Yeah,
you're doing
no, no,
something that's better.
no. So, you know, this line of bats, there was a lot of stuff went into it. And they're great bats. And I think everybody that grabs one, will tell you that there's, you know, they're moving in the right direction. The tech's moving in the right direction. And, we're doing all we can to improve the product for the players in performance and durability. You know, how about, you know, we talked today, we had 600 swings on ours. One of ours when Paco and them come through and finish hitting it today, and I think you said you had 600 on
I got
one of y'all's
600 on
also,
ours
right?
too. Yeah,
And on a bat that soft and that high performing, that's pretty
and
good. That's pretty good. Right?
yeah, definitely. And look who was swinging it. I mean, with our guys. Well, you have wait, Adrian right there just chimed in, talking about the weight distribution are excellent in this bat. But you
Yeah.
have Paco, which actually cracks a lot of bats. And Paco was in there hitting with you guys today. And I actually did not know they were going to be there. And they did not let me know that, but I started seeing pictures of them. But you have those guys that actually have cracked bats in the past because they actually used to work with me with senior softball bat reviews. So when they're up there hitting, and they're like getting that kind of performance, and they're just sitting there. Like I heard Adrian was in there for an hour, just sitting there and keep hitting and hitting and
They
hitting. But
they hit from 9:30 till after lunch. And they put more swings on the wig popper than probably any other bat. And you know, that was a bat we had actually already pulled to hand off for being too soft for us 50-year-olds to swing it, you know. So
yes,
we handed it to them, and still they were able to put that many cuts on it. Bat still looks great. You know, it doesn't look like it's at the end of its life by no means. It's got probably get 50 more games out of it if you gamered it. So yeah,
yes,
it's good stuff. Adrian was hitting it, but I'll tell you, and we'll get to what bat Adrian really liked in a minute. After I do have the Brandon Murray player 1 ounce that has done very well this week that everybody has been talking about. You know, that this thing's a hammer. I know y'all hit that too, right? Murray liked that
Murray
one.
Williams actually liked it. And the one thing I will tell you guys out there, it is a true 1 ounce in load. I would recommend going down an ounce, like it goes in half ounces, right? So you sent us a 27.5. That had a club. Clem loved that one, right? Clem used that
Yeah.
one, got great performance out of it. Actually, that one made him change bats. We upset somebody that was one of your crew guys. He upset them because he went from his bat to that one. But Clem likes that big mass on the end. The one thing I will tell you is, you know, so on that 27.5, Clem swung it. He loved it. So we went down to 26.5 for Murray. Well, when you got a 26.5 that's running at a 17.5, 17.4 on the end, and Murray's used to swinging a 16.8 that he's been swinging the whole year. So we went down to 25.5, which I just got in the mail today. And this is Murray's
And
right here,
and there's
25.5.
another one on the way, by the way,
Oh, there
25.5.
is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is Murray's, and he actually, I was going to go on after I talked to you. I was going to go on, and he goes, "Did that bat come in?" And I go, "Yeah, but I'm getting on podcast." He goes, "Send me the weight distribution numbers." I'm like, "Okay, dude, I'm fixed." That's how anal he is about this. He wants to know what the weight distribution numbers. So I took pictures of them, sent them to him. He's like heart sign, and he's all excited about his weight distribution numbers that he got on that bat because
Well,
he got dialed him in. 26.5 with a 16.8, 26.5 with a 16.8 on the end. That's his numbers, and that's his gamer. He's going to take these bats to Vegas and swing them. And then you have Clem, which is waiting for his to come in because Clem was asking about that guy. But the thing about Clem, and I see him on here all the time, is like he just said, I want a 28.5. He's ordering. He's a bat whore. I mean, he's the guy that would swing everything and have everything perform really good for him. But he wants that 28, that 20. I got him one of mine that came in today. That's a 28-ounce bat. So,
that's
and the
right.
weight distribution on that bat is what he likes in the 18s on that 28-ounce of my bat that he loves. But yeah, you always get the bad part about Clem is everybody else swings 26s. Clem swings a 28, so he's got a special needs guy. He's got to
Yeah,
have his stuff taken care of.
I get that too. You know, I like the heavier bats a lot of times, and everybody's a 26 or a 25, and no, you know, the good thing is nobody wants to grab my bats, but you know, I will say I do not like. I've never liked a 25-ounce bat in my life, and that 25 and a half player. Um, I don't think you got the videos, but we were just messing around with it. We were hitting unbelievable shots with the 25 and a half Brandon Murray. With that 1 ounce load, what we were able to do with that bat, I'd never seen in that light of bat. I'd never seen it. It was incredible. We were 100-mile-an-hour shots, you know, close to 400 foot. And this is most swings. This isn't like one-offs. We called it good, one after another after another. And what Brandon Murray is going to do with that bat in his hand is it's going to be crazy.
Big
I
mass
guess we'll see him in
though.
Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can go lighter in weight and still get that distance because you have big mass, more of a club
That,
effect.
yeah,
But
and that's
Murray Williams would tell you that. I mean, he cannot wait because he went down from a 17.4, 17.5 to a 16, you know, into 16s and 16.8, and he's going to generate. He still has that big mass on the end, and he's going to generate probably around 7 miles an hour more, 8 miles an hour more with dropping that weight that he has in the end, 7/10 of an ounce, you know, and he's gonna gain distance and he's gain exit velocity. So that's
and
what
be
a
way
lot of
more
people that
consistent.
when we get to Vegas, we need to talk to them about that kind of stuff
Yeah,
right there, because that
that's right.
Brandon Murray is I'll tell you what, guys, if you can handle that and you want to hit it far and hard on the ground, that's a bat. It's more the big guys, look, Murray Williams, and you have Clem and you have Brandon Murray.
Oh
Really
yeah, the
understand those
40-year-old
bats.
players. If you're a 40-year-old player, look at that bat. You know,
Yeah.
it'll help you. It's a hammer, and the exit velo and distance is incredible if you can pick it up and swing it. And you know, we hit the 27.5, and all you got to do is get that thing going, man. And it was really going. But what was surprising, like I said, what was surprising was what the 25 and a half was able to do. And so, you know, don't sleep on that bat. If you swing a lighter bat, it really performs into 25 and a half, and a seriously durable. And yeah, we really like it. I know Brandon loves it, and we're excited to see him in Vegas swinging it. So
The
it's
one
going to be good.
thing about it, I've always told, I said that today in a video because that Brandon Murray video would be out in the morning on that
Hmm.
bat. We've already got the video cut up and everything. I just got to publish it tomorrow, and I did the wig popper today, so I'm gonna wait for the Brandon Murray till tomorrow. But the one thing I do say in there is, you know, you can go down in weight if you have big mass. So you're running a 1 ounce in load, and you can actually drop in weight, and you're going to get great performance because your bat speed is going to be up there, and you have that. You're going to compress that wall with that big mass on the end. Your weight distribution numbers are spot on too. That's another thing too about what you guys do. What we do, I guess. I need to quit saying that about what.
Yeah, I
So,
keep
but
telling you, it's we, not us. You know. So,
I can't help it, man. I've been doing that other stuff for 15 years. I'm just bringing it over
hey
to you,
man,
and I'm like,
it might take you 15 more to get it
oh
right, but
man,
we're gonna get all 15 of them out of you.
it might. Uh, that video on the Brandon Murray will be out tomorrow. Those guys, and I'll talk about it more in that video. I think it's like a 12-minute video. What are we going to talk about next? So
Well,
we talked about the Big
I'm gonna tell
K.
you, I'm gonna ask you some questions now.
Okay.
So you know, the talk and the last but not least bat drop before we go to Vegas is the Dave Velasquez signature that you'll see right there, guys. Um, and man, I'm gonna let you have the floor and tell everybody what your idea behind the bat. You'll see, guys, it has no bat grip. But go ahead, man. Tell everybody your idea behind the bat, because
See,
you designed
I'm
this
in a
bat.
position now where I never thought I would be, and I've had people talk to me about you need to develop your own bat. You need to make your own bat. So, and guys, a lot of the minions out there would tell me, Dave, when are you gonna make your own bat? I was approached about 5 years ago to do that, to make my own bat. I turned them down because I did not want to give up what I was doing, and I thought it would actually affect with senior softball bat reviews. But at one point, and I told my kids this years ago, at one point, I'm gonna have to decide if I do want to do that, you know. to help out the senior community and doing this because of my knowledge. Now, there's a lot of things that went into this bat. The minions went into this bat, and I want to thank you guys for doing that. The knowledge that I got, not only from hitting a lot of bats, but the knowledge I got from the feedback from everybody out there. And whenever you approached me, and whenever I decided, and here's the deal: whenever I jumped over to Short Porch, I had not decided. We hadn't talked about the bat. We hadn't said anything about the bat. Whenever I jumped over, and I could help you guys, you know, and be that extra link in that chain where I can put my input and y'all can take it, put it all together, and actually build a pretty good product. So that was my big excitement to that. And then whenever you guys came down to San Antonio, and you said, the first thing I want to do is I want you to build a bat. And I said, build it the way I want to build it. And you said, yes. And then I was like, wow, you know, it's here. I can do this now. Somebody, you know, other bat companies that I would give their input to, you know, and I would get angry at them. And I said, listen, I'm not going to build your bat for you. And then they're telling me, well, we put your name on this bat, you know, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that, you know. And there's been a few in the past. We talked about this, but there's been a few in the past. And to join a company like Short Porch was a dream come true, basically, because y'all guys have already known about the movement. You actually picked up and would go by the movement and just the product that you had. Because for the last 2 years, you guys have been putting out top tier product, you know, the top 5, the top 10, you know, will always be in there. And every bat that you made, and you were doing the weight distribution numbers. So what better company for me to go to than y'all, you know? Then when I was asked, I was like, oh shit, yeah, I would love to, I would love to, you know, to do that, to basically put something out there that a lot of people, put something out there that a lot of people would enjoy swinging. And I started working on it. The first collab bat that we came up with was this bat. And that was just a little bit, right? We just talked about that when you were down here, and we talked about what you were going to do and what your ideas were. We kind of talked about distribution, barrel flex, and all the other stuff. So that's already out, right? But the first one that actually was going to be a signature series from me was this bat right here. Now I'm going to go through, and you guys look at that barrel. If you guys are a minion, okay, this is the bat. It's called the Soup. Soup is short for Super Dave. That's my name in my 20s and 30s, and I got in my 40s. Not too many people, because as you get older, they don't remember that. So they would call me Super Dave Osborne. You guys remember that guy? So basically, that's where they got Soup from. Soup, and it just has a signature on it. But the one thing, I'll talk about the barrel in a minute. It has nothing on the barrel, right? If you're a minion, you know what I'm going to talk about when I talk about nothing on the barrel. So the one thing I did want to talk to, and a lot of minions said, if you ever get a bat, you know, I picked the 12.25 because a 12-inch barrel, I think a lot of the guys in my age bracket, 55, 60, 65, and 70s, don't like that 12-inch barrel, and I can handle a 12.25. Really didn't want to go 12.5. So me and you were brainstorming, okay, you know, if you make the barrel this soft, and if you pull it in a little bit from that 13 or 12.5, you're going to get a little bit more stiffer barrel. But if we make it softer, we can get it within your numbers. So what I wanted to do, and that's me, you brainstorming, what I wanted to do is this. What I wanted to do right now was a born on date, right? So if you guys look at this bat, it's actually going to say what date was this bat born and actually manufactured. So you can have a born on date in there. Also, it's going to have a soft barrel, so it doesn't get too soft. And the way that I wanted it was that medium soft kind of side. That way the guys in 60, 65, 70-year-old guys can swing it. You know, it doesn't have as soft a barrel as the Wig Popper, doesn't have soft a barrel as the Cherry Bomb, but I'm talking about, I'm going way ahead of myself. So basically all of my numbers I wanted down here at the bottom. So whenever I was talking, guys, when I was talking to everybody about, okay, I wanted to be where my balance points were marked on the bat. So what we have here is, you see that mark right there? You see this mark right here? That's my That's my balance points for this bat. We always talked about because of the way the balance points, and I came up with the balance points and I put them on this bat. And basically what you have here, not on this one, this is Clem's. That's Clem's bat. That's at 28 ounce. Sorry, Clem. This is the bat that I was swinging the other day. The video you're going to see whenever at 9 o'clock tonight, there's a video coming out about this bat, and this is the bat that I was swinging. So I wanted my balance point to be a 17 on the in and 8-8 on the hands, 8-6 on the hands, anywhere from there, right? So I got my balance points, and that's basically what I got, right? You got a 17-2, 17, 17-2. I've got two of these. Charlie Mueller has one that he's going to hit in Vegas with. So I wanted that balance point to be right there. So basically what Short Porch did, now you'd have to talk to Jeff about this, but what Short Porch did, the balance points are marked on the bat. That spot is not a separator. That spot is actually the balance points on this bat that's under my name. And you guys remember back in the day, you used to talk, the minions always talking about this, where they roll the bat up off the table and all of a sudden it teeter, right? If you take this bat in your hands, that's going to be the balance point right there on this bat. So I wanted something that a lot of seniors out there can recognize when they walk up where the balance points are going to be. And Jeff, we talked about this the other day about the future of Short Porch. What we're going to do is be more informational when it comes to seniors about picking out bats. And I've always been that way in the last 15 years. So balance points on this bat. Now, this is just a marker. This is actually a marker I've used for years on the talk to educate people out there about balance points. So everybody talks about balance points. You know, they used to put them right here, but I'm kind of over talking about this. But these balance points on this bat is right there. So you got a 17, 17, 2 on the end. You got 8, 6, 8, 8 on the hands. This compression test at 190. It actually, when we compression tested, I got 205 on it when we compression tested. I think you were saying you got around 200, 207
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the ones that you
right
have
in
there.
there. Yeah, you'll see it between 200 and 207.
Definitely. Another thing too, this is what I want to say. There are so many great bats out there, right? There are so many good bat manufacturing companies out there, top tier and I've dealt with them for 15 years, guys. There's a lot of them out there. And I believe that Short Porch is part of that group of top tier bats. What can I do with a bat that would make it perform just a little bit better, right? And if you're a minion, you're going to know what I'm talking about. You notice I don't have anything on the barrel here, right? For years, I've said less paint on the barrel. And you guys know, if you're a bat manufacturer, I've talked to you about the past about this stuff, about less paint is better. So what I did was I even said, if you can get away with not putting a lot of decals on your bat, that's actually better too, because decals restrict the movement of the barrel. That's just my thought process for the last 15 years of doing this. So I wanted a bat built where I had no decals on it. This is actually a bat that's not pretty, right? It's not one of those foo-foo bats that you have out there.
I
It's actually
like it. I think it looks good.
Yeah. That's what Adam told me. He loves the way it looks.
Yeah,
He
I
said he
think it
didn't like
looks
it,
good.
a picture of it, but when he got it, he kind of liked the way it looks. So basically what you have is a hitting surface without any decal on it in this area. Now, if I can pick up a mile or two in the exit velo, I've already succeeded, right? On all these good bats that are out there. So that was my thought process. If I can do it, there's other things that I wanted done with it, but we didn't have the time to do anything. Maybe the next run we'll do something with that, but keep the same what I want to do with it now. This is not an experiment, guys. I'm not going to go away from this. This is actually my thought process for the last 15 years. The less paint, the less decal you have on the bat, you're going to gain a little bit of a better sweet spot for one. You're going to get a little bit better flex out of the barrel, and you're going to get a faster break-in period. That's basically what I wanted when I talked to Jeff about building this bat. And then the flat end cap. I've always talked about this. This has been brought up to me, and this has been brought up about me on other channels when they talk about the flat end cap, right? I've always been a firm believer in the flat end cap, dense mass. That's right. Mass pulled up to here. And I just told Jeff what I wanted, and lo and behold, you built it. And I am 100. You guys look at the video going out at 9 o'clock tonight of me hitting this bat. It's a little teaser video, probably around 3 minutes long. At the end of the video, you see me smiling. I usually don't do that, but you were spot on when you dialed this in and then got it to me.
Well,
you were spot on, and I kind of laughed like, that's it. That's what I want. It's there. I got it. I got great performance on it. But here's what I want to do, Jeff. I do like the handle. I like the way the handle flexes. We talked about this, and it's a mid flex. It's a mid stiff handle is what it's
Mid
dialed
stiff.
into. So I did want this, and we talked about a little bit of this today. What I wanted was, because I do pull on a lot of balls and I do hit that 5.60, I hit that ball down the line. I did not want a I didn't want a too flexy of a handle, because whenever I torque on it a little bit on that inside pitch, I want to hit 5.60. I want to kind of lean into it, slap it up the middle. And plus, if I want to turn on it to hit it down the line, I want to be able to whip it. I want to be able to get it. And I wanted that little bit stiffer handle with what you came up with. And one thing that I think on all of your handles that you do is you have that flex that actually flex that same, when you turn it in your hands, it's just flex in that same spot every time. So my consistency is there. And I'll let, like Ben was talking about it the other day, but I'll let him explain on what he thinks about it. I want, so what you did was you went to a mid stiff handle, and I love it. I think it's amazing. I think what you did here was amazing. I'm humbled, because this is something that I've thought about, but never really had the opportunity to put out there. The one thing I will say is our guys were not going to review it. And I think I talked to you about this the other day.
Oh yeah.
I would love
Yeah.
to do what a lot of,
You
let me know what
know,
you think about it. Getting a lot of those bat review guys that are out there. I think Ben has one with big, he actually picked up one. I asked him about
Adam
that.
has one. Alan has one. And I've already spoke to these guys about the bat. And they've already hit them, and we've hit it all week. And man, we've had to keep it on the down low. And I'll tell you, Dave's being modest. This is a badass bat,
But
the
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So the balance point, it swings faster for older seniors
Yeah.
than a lot of short porch bats. It swings faster. The barrel's softer. I like the barrel design because I feel like it helps me concentrate. Not only does the barrel help you concentrate where you hit it, the mid stiff handle helps you be more consistent.
Yes.
Um, you know,
Here's the deal.
it's
You get that too. I'll let you finish talking. With that barrel design, you get that concentrating more. Yeah,
that's right.
that's the one thing I thought that was a theory of mine years ago, but it had never been proven. But when my guys hit it and they noticed that it swung very smooth and their consistency was there, and they could see the ball or see it coming in, and with the swinging at the ball and the tack moment that was consistent. Now that is something that I thought of but never proven. So that was actually a extra added benefit from me going against the no decal and the no paint, not that much paint, basically with a primer to get that flex. And when I started hitting it, because I've never had a bat like that, with no paint on it, I started going, wow, that I guess it does do that. But you just brought it up where you concentrate a little bit better when you're hitting the ball.
That's right. So Jason Hatley, he had the signature hat trick bat. You remember that bat?
Yes.
One of the better hitters I ever had the privilege to play with. He batted 1,000 twice in tournaments when I played with him. He would take and put a piece of tape about right there so he could concentrate. Put a piece of tape up here, put a piece of tape there, help him concentrate on hitting the ball clean every time. I did a similar paint job on a bat a few years ago called the Big Daddy, the second Big Daddy, where it had the white barrel. I had the same thought. That was my gamer at the time, and I wanted to help concentrate. And it really helps you focus, I think, on swing. And people, real tournament players, most likely they just want a little bit of tape. They don't want the back grip on it, so the back grip's not on it.
Yeah, a lot of you guys
It.
were asking, okay, the bat comes with no bat tape on it.
Yeah.
And I actually talked to Jeff about that, I want that. I don't want you to dumb the bat down by putting a 1.5 ounce tape on the end of it. So I actually said, just run it without any bat tape. If they want to pick some up, I think you were talking about, like, we might have some there, or they can put their own little wrap on it. And I usually wrap it up to about right here on the bat, right where my top hand is. And basically, I do not want any tape on it. It's just the way I've been preaching for years about the thinner the bat handle, the more bat speed you're going to generate. So if you guys put that big old pipe tape on there or whatever, you're just, you're not going to, you're actually turning your bat into a balance bat. And then you actually lose a little bit of bat speed with that too.
I will say everything about this bat was performance driven. Everything from the balance point to the barrel to no decals here to no bat tape, to the adhesive inside the bat. I will tell you, it's just a really good bat. People will see over the next few days the videos coming out. We have kind of a funny video to pay homage to you that we'll be releasing later, but there'll also be some swings in it. It's just, it's coming. It'll be everywhere by the end of the weekend. So, everybody pay attention. If you're looking for a soft barrel bat or you need a soft barrel bat, pick one of these up, because it's just flat out, it's a badass bat. And I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. So we've been swinging it some. We've had virtually everybody we could put it in their hands swing it to get feedback, and we heard the same thing from everyone who's touched it.
See, I did not know you did all this either. Actually, you didn't even tell me earlier that you did all
No,
this.
well, I said all along, and I didn't talk to you much. Said we're gonna promote Dave's bat. Dave is you promote and show a lot of stuff and videos for the other bats, but when it comes to your bat, I said, hey, I'll do it. And for the most part, that's not what I do here at Short Porch.
Definitely.
Is a lot of the promotional stuff. But this bat, it's special to us. It is your signature bat, not just special to you. It's special to us. A lot of time and thought went into it. We know how good it is, and we think we need to educate the players to know just how good this bat is. If you're a 60s player, or even a 55 who don't swing as hard as you did when you were younger, you need to, hey, take a peek at it. This bat will make you a better hitter. So.
The one thing I did tell you at the beginning was I want it to be a war club. I want it to be something that people aren't going to look at and go, oh wow, it's a pretty bat. I did not want that. I wanted something on the bat that actually helped the player out. That actually it's just something that you would go and bat 800 with, somebody 750, 700 with, something that was a war club that you could actually use, not really a foo-foo club, that would be out there. It's just something that you use. It's plain, and you're going to go out there and hit with it and win games or help your team out with it. That's basically what I was looking for. And I think when you guys put it out, it's spot on. I love the way you did everything to it. I am very humbled about what you guys have done. And
This will go live on our website. Somebody was just asking, as soon as I get off the podcast, I'm going to have them put this live on the website. We were waiting to announce it and show it you'll be able also to see some video on the bat in various places, and you'll be able to pick one up tonight and all weekend. There's a lot of them going to Vegas. So if you want to get one off the website, jump on it. I don't know how long they'll last, because I did take a bigger margin of those bats to Vegas than some of the other bats to be left behind, because I know a lot of people be talking to you and while we're there. But yeah, man, we're looking forward to it. I can't
listen to the sound of this bat. It's something different. It makes a different sound because we hit this bat with a lot of other bats, and every bat sounds very good, but very good. But this bat makes a different kind of sound to it. And it's just watch the video. I mean, the videos that everybody has out on it, it has a very good sound when you hit it. Very good performance. And guys, I've when you'll see the video when I'm hitting them that good, it's just dialed in. I mean, that's the one thing about Short Porch is I talked to you guys about it. You dialed it in, and here it is. It's good to go. You starts off compression 200, 205, and gets down to, I think that one that we got right there has got probably 70 swings on it with spinners on it. It's got down to 190. So I'm gonna try to get it down there. They're going to hit in the next couple of days. I'm gonna try to get it down to 180, 185, somewhere around there, because that's my numbers that I want. And if it's dialed in the way I think it is, going to keep that compression for that long time. Is basically what all the bats from Short Porch do. That's one thing that I will say about the Leslie's on here right now. The one thing I will say about that is the carbon, because you can take a compression of a bat and it will stay. Let's say it's 190. It'll stay at that one. And you do this with your U-trip bats too, that I've noticed. It'll have that high compression, but you're still getting performance out on it with that high compression on all the U-trip bats we've swung. You notice that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, everybody's talking about how the Short Porch bats, they don't get below the 240 number, and they perform at the highest level. They match the other bats. This isn't what we're saying. This is what everybody in the market says every day. And, you don't have to put out bats that are going to fail in 100 swings to make a great bat. You should be able to put out a bat that stays above the number that is, put out there by whatever association it is that the bat is certified by. And, our bats do that. We haven't heard of any of our bats not. I mean, obviously, I guess you could always hit a bat thousands and thousands of times. It may happen, but that would be a one-off. Our U-trip bats stay above compression. Our senior bats stay above the compression threshold, and they perform. And that's this. You can ask anybody. This is what they'll say about our bats.
Definitely, I agree with 100%. That's been that way across the board on a lot. I've been doing this for 2 years with you guys, and that's what we get straight across the board with you guys. And not gonna talk much about the technology of it, but you guys got something going there, man. And it's you guys. Here I am again. We have something going there.
Yeah.
We have something going here, guys. You stay with it.
We're gonna be staying together for the whole month, so we're gonna get you switched over Short Porch full time, I guess. Yeah.
I am happy. I'm gonna hit it again. I think we're hitting either tomorrow or the next day. But I'm happy, guys. I'm ecstatic. I don't want to talk about it too much. I want the bat review people and
yeah, that's right. It'll take care of itself. You put
for itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When you have a bat this good, it'll speak for itself. And I heard you talking a little bit, and I always tell the story about the time you called me about the OG wig popper, and I kind of didn't know who you were. I was kind of blind to the softball world, and we had talked maybe or texted. I don't know how much we'd ever even talked before, and you asked me about, man, what's up with this wig popper, and this bat's performing crazy, and we want to talk to you about it. And you were kind of hinting around, make sure the bat wasn't altered or something like that. And I'll never forget. I know you don't remember this, but what I said was, man, I don't care what you do with that bat. We just pull one off the shelf. It's your bat. You can run over it with your truck. That's what I said.
Okay.
And, and I kind of hung up the phone. I'm like, man, I don't know who this guy is, man. He got a bat off the shelf over here, and he acts like we're in here sending him altered bats. I was kind of mad about it. I was like, he's crazy.
There's a story behind that. And I do remember word for word what I talked to you about. And I actually have guys that are in the bat industry that will vouch for this, because I've been burned in the past about bats, right? So I've had altered bats sent to me in the past, not by these big companies. I'm talking about these other companies that were, and it happened about 10 years ago, basically.
I got you.
So whenever I would get a bat from a bat manufacturer, the first thing that I did when it was performing above anything that I had, and I'm not talking about this much, I'm talking about this much. So when it would perform better than anything I had, right away I'd get on the phone and I would verify that it was a good bat. Like, don't you burn me, and hey, is this really legit, right? Because if you remember, you guys, I did not know Short Porch was just new. The other times that I've been burned were new companies, and we're talking about 10 years ago. We're talking about
makes sense.
Time ago.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And they would send me bats that they just wanted to have. And you have to read my book and know who they are, because my daughter's going to write a book later on and talk about them. So you have to read the book later on and talk about. She's going to tell you who they are.
No, I'm getting all this information out of you in Vegas.
I think I got a 20-year period. So 20 years down the road, I'll write that book.
I'm getting it all out
So
next
yes,
week.
I have been burned. So I would do, and I've done it to probably 5 back companies in the last 15 years that actually did put up good product that was very good. I always make that phone call and I'll pull away from everybody else and I go, hey, is this legit? Yes, Dave, it's legit. I wouldn't do that to you. Basically what you said, saying, hey, Dave, I pulled this up off the shelf just now a while ago and I sent it to you last week. And I'm like, okay, I'm just telling you, this bat's hot as shit, you know? And I remember that
Well, what
conversation,
you did
but
is
I
you got a
always
couple
check.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah, you bought a couple more. Yeah.
yeah, I did. And I
Yeah,
bought them. Like, oh,
yeah,
well,
you
I'm
bought a
ordering
couple
off the website.
more.
Because
Yeah.
I think there's a guy on here because he's the one who, he lets us know this every day that we hit. He's the guy who made me. He's the guy who made, got me the job. He's the guy who put us on the map with Short Porch. It's Trey Roberts. So ask Clem. There he, here he goes. Oh my God. Trey
Yeah.
Roberts rubs that in
I
my
think
face.
he
I
knows
got to buy breakfast
Leslie
from Trey
too.
Roberts
Don't
every
Trey know
morning when he hits
Leslie?
with us because of that.
Don't Trey know Leslie? I think he knows Leslie, right?
Yeah, he knows Leslie. Like if I ever want something, I call Trey and he actually gets it for me. If I want any merch, call Trey. Murray Williams didn't even talk to me about his bats. Murray Williams calls Trey to get the bats for him. He doesn't say Dave because hey, overnight, Murray got him. Murray gets him for Vegas. So yeah, that's the way I'm treated around there. And then me and Clem were talking about this the other day where Clem goes, hey Dave, don't talk to him like that. He'll call Leslie on you. That's a joke. That's a joke with all of us. But yeah, Trey's, and I'm joking. One thing when I talk about this, I'm joking with Trey. Trey's been with me for a long time. Trey's Trey. Trey's there every day.
Yeah.
Trey does not miss anything. I mean, he's there in the mornings, 8 o'clock we hit, 7:30 we hit, Trey's there. And Trey stays till we're done. Like Trey just finally started eating with us too for the last, 3 months, Trey, couple of months. He goes and we brainstorm. Clem actually there too. Those guys serve a purpose for me, and I don't think that I would be here where I'm at right now if it wasn't for them. I actually do it. I tell them that a lot. Like guys, because of everything fits. When I was with Senior Softball Bat Reviews, and when I brought them on over here to help me hit with you guys, they love it. I mean, they love it, and they talk. And we talk about the bats because they have that knowledge too. But yeah.
Yeah, we love Trey and Clem, Murray, all those guys. They do great, and we appreciate them. And yeah, we poke fun at those guys, but man, we appreciate everything they do. And we're thankful to have them part of the Short Porch family, and always convey that message for us.
Definitely, always do. And we joke with each other about it. I cut out a lot of that video, but we joke about it with each other. And then we have Murray Williams that has joined Short Porch too as a rep, player rep, and he's going to be swinging Short Porch. But that's another guy too that talks about the sport and I think that is a great ambassador for the sport too, because he has that knowledge. He has that, because of what he used to do as a nuclear engineer. I got to throw that at him all the time too. So
Yeah.
yeah, he
What does that
has
guy
that.
know?
Yeah,
Nothing, right? Yeah. So, we're very, yeah, like I said, we're very thankful of the guys you brought in and the team that Christian's putting together in different areas, all those guys, and just everybody involved with Short Porch. And we hope everybody comes out, sees us in Vegas who can. And like I said, it takes a lot of people to do what we've done over the last few years. And it started with just Leslie and I, but it's came a long way, and we can't do it by ourselves, obviously, anymore. It takes a lot. So we thank everybody.
good. Well, the one thing I will say about Short Porch and that I've seen since I'm on the inside now is that we were talking the other day, and I'm not going to show that bat tonight, but we were talking about the other day about we're not even done with Vegas, and you're already working on stuff after Vegas that you want to put out there.
Oh,
So you're constantly thinking about, you're not settled. You're not settling with anything. you're constantly thinking about what we can do for next year, what we can do for November, you know, what we can do for December, and then get ready for next year. That's the one thing that I do admire with the work ethics that you guys have that surprised the shit out of me. On Sunday night or on Saturday night, I can text you guys, you're going to answer me, you know, and I'm
We're
like,
probably
you
here
know,
at the office.
yeah,
Yeah. If we're in town, we're here at the office. Yeah.
definitely.
I will say, yeah, we're working on, today, Adrian and Paco and them were here till lunch. And even before they left, I had to get in the office. We were working on, some of next year's product and, putting it out. We had to, some of it was finished and had to go to testing that hadn't been to testing yet. It was going to NTS and the sports science lab. Other things were going into production next week, so we were finalizing that. So yeah, right now, everything we're doing is about, the future, and all this stuff is behind us, and we've moved on from it, and it's ready for the
Yeah,
players. This stuff is ready for the players.
definitely.
Now we have to go out and create even better products, and that's what we're trying to do. So.
Definitely. The one thing that a lot of people are asking me about your merch, you're gonna have a lot of merch in Vegas, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so we're gonna have a lot of the short sleeve hoodies that everybody loves. We're gonna have some hats, and batting gloves, um, and these type of things. Just jerseys. We're gonna have Vegas bomb jerseys that are, um, for the people who want to come, buy and grab some Vegas gear or whatever. So. Just some shut up and hit gear that people really love. So shut up and hit jerseys. So
yeah,
yeah, we'll have all that out at the tents. Roaming around. Todd and Sarah be roaming around, and we'll have it all at Big League Dream. So stop by and grab it. We had it. We got in boxes of BP jackets yesterday. I think we almost sold them all
I'll
already.
tell you what,
So
that's nice.
yeah,
I saw those too. Those
yeah.
are nice.
And it was unbelievable. So Erica was trying, she was supposed to leave, and, we just posted online that we were packing them up to call, and she answered calls for an hour, people calling just one after another, buying two, three of them. And then all day today we were selling. So I don't know how many we got left. This is just the reality of Short Porch right now. Stuff comes in, it goes out. We have hats that we never even posted or put on our website, because every time we would post a new hat, we would sell them all,
Oh,
So we
well,
had
that's
to
always a
we
good
had to
thing.
stop posting.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely a good thing though,
yeah,
you know?
it's a good thing, and we thank everybody. And man, I'm gonna let you go because you know where I'm going. I'm going to
Yeah,
Vegas.
brother.
All right.
Take care and safe travels and just take your time getting there. But
Yeah,
we
man.
leave on Monday afternoon and I'll see you guys when we get up there.
All right, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Hey,
You have a
thanks
good
a
night.
lot, Jeff.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Um, I am I kind of knew, what was going on. I didn't know that it was going to be that he was going to have everybody swing this bat for me. It's this one of mine right here. And I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to put out video on it except for that little teaser video I did tonight. And basically that's it. I'm going to have, like I used to do in the past, like they used to do to me. I'm going to send it to bat review people. I'm not going to tell you about it. Send it to bat review guys. Let me know what you think about it. And I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to tell you what it's going to do or what it's not going to do, what I think about it. I sent it to I sent Big Ben, BP. I sent him a 27 ounce, and just by chance, whenever I got my 26 ounce, they sent me a 27 with it, and I guess it was put in there because I swing a 26, and Ben was there, so I just gave it to him. And a few other people have them too. I did put out a clip that actually went up about 19 minutes ago on YouTube, and I will share it on Facebook, so just wait for that. And basically, guys, I will see you guys next week. I'll be doing Facebook Live next week on Wednesday. And we're going to try to find a room, get all the guys together, and sit in there and talk with my guys that are going to get off here in a minute. And guys, I am truly humbled. I'm excited, but it doesn't kick in until later. But when everything gets going after tonight, because I was nervous about getting on here tonight, surprisingly. But after tonight, I'll be more excited about it tomorrow, and very honored to be doing this for Short Porch. Thanks, guys.